Hey there folks, this is John with day 44 part 2 of my 100 day juice feast. Now I was just going to do that one part that I did, which was already the longest video I've ever made for you guys, I think, and I felt so inspired getting all this produced that I thought I would show you how I make my juice today. So probably while I'm juicing, I don't know, because of the way the camera is, much of my face may be cut off in the camera, but I'll try my best to be visible. So here is my Haram Slow Juicer, which is the same thing as the Omega-Vert, and we're going to start juicing. So I apologize if you won't be able to hear me. So I'm going to start out today juicing some barley grass to get that super nutrition here. So I've got the homegrown barley grass right here to get all that nice, delicious, well, actually, it's not so delicious, but all that amazing chlorophyll in there and the vitamins and minerals that are found in the grasses. And the reason grasses are so good for minerals is they're something that, thrives really well even in not so great conditions, and they really pull a lot of minerals out of the soil. So definitely, when you're growing barley grass or wheatgrass, even though some people say because it's technically just growing up from the seed that you don't need to fertilize it, I like to do that, and I do that with some kelp powder, or I'll do it with some seawater that's been heavily diluted. And this way you can get the benefit of all those extra minerals turning into a bioavailable form in your juice. Now you can also do this in your garden. If you live near the ocean, or even if you live near a market that sells some inexpensive seaweed, go buy the seaweed. You can blend it up in your blender with some water, and then just dilute it so you're not over salting your garden, and got it. It'll make a nice addition, nutritive addition to your garden or your wheatgrass or whatever you're growing. You could even probably do this with some of your houseplants, although it might make them a little bit smelly in the beginning, so probably better to stick with outdoor stuff and smaller amounts for when you're growing wheatgrass and other indoor grains. So it just makes, for what I did, it's just going to make a couple ounces of the grass juice. But that's okay because that's all you need. So when I drink this, I share it with my roommate, and I despise the wheatgrass. My roommate despises the barley grass. But we drink it because it's super healthy for us and it's easy to grow. So I'm just looking for my strainer here. The Haram and Omega-Vert juicers, the Haram Slow Juicer and the Omega-Vert tend to produce a lot of pulp. So you definitely want to strain it. Unless you're not juice feasting, if you're doing you're just making yourself a pulpy orange juice, then that's fine, or whatever. But if you're like me and you're juice feasting, you want to strain it out. You want to absorb as many of those amazing greens as you possibly can, and you don't want anything inhibiting that. So, straining this now for my roommate, and for me. So I just juiced a little bit today. I usually juice a little more, but I'm kind of on a time crunch here, but I wanted to share it with you folks. Fanny, your juice is ready. So I've got the juice here. And there's a little foam in there. I'm just going to leave that in the strainer here because I'm making more juice. Come get your juice! And then I'm going to start making the rest of my juice here. Fanny! My roommate's not paying attention because doesn't like the barley grass juice flavor too much. Come get your juice! So I'll drink this nutritious juice down.
Somebody's a juice?
Here's your juice. My roommate gets to drink this lovely barley grass juice that she loves so much. Mmm. See? You can even hear how much she loves it. So now I'm going to juice my main juice for the evening. Starting out with some nice green cucumbers here, organic. Although they're not as good as when you can get them in the summer from the farmer's market in Northern California here. Because unfortunately they do come waxed, and no matter what I try to clean the wax off, it doesn't come off. So it is what it is. You're welcome. But I personally like the barley grass taste better than the wheatgrass, because I'd rather have sour than sickeningly sweet. The aftertaste I can handle a lot better. So we're doing our cucumbers. I have 6 cucumbers in total here today that I'm juicing. Gonna make a bunch of juice. I generally take my my big carafe. It says 44 ounces. It actually feels a lot more than that. I don't know how many ounces it is altogether. For my Blendtec blender with the 4-inch blade, I just kind of strain it through there, because it's a good container to hold the juice while I'm straining it and pouring it. So almost done with the cucumbers here. Now I'll add a little bit of the light yellow carrots, just to keep the juicer movements flowing. Because sometimes when you put the really soft stuff like the cucumber, you'll get excess buildup of the fleshy stuff in the haram juicer or the Omega Vert juicer. So if you throw some carrots or you do some small celery, it's going to help push that through so you get a better quality juice. And now I'm going to throw some of the celery root that I have chopped up in there as well. Go back to more cucumbers. More of the carrot again. And I apologize, folks, this is a longer video. I'm not really keen on doing a lot of video editing. Maybe at some point I'll find a good program that doesn't take very long, and I'll do that for you folks so you don't have to sit and watch me make an entire juice. I won't take you through the cleanup and the straining though, but I will keep you through the actual juicing portion of this today. So now I'm going to juice some of this amazing, I think it's Indonesian spinach, or whatever it is, that I showed you in part 1 of the video. I'm making a super fresh local juice today. All of this produce that I'm using today, except for the cucumbers, was grown locally within like a 50-mile radius. I could be wrong. There might, yeah, no, they have been. That, and actually the bell pepper was probably grown Southern California. And some of it was grown right here in my apartment, in my bedroom. My barley grass and also my buckwheat and sunflower sprouts that I have mixed together in the colander here were grown right here in my very own apartment, 10 feet, 20 feet away from the juicer here. Can't get any fresher than that, and I just cut it right now, so it's ready to be juiced, and all that amazing life force, energy, prana, chi, spirit, whatever energy you want to call it, and I'm throwing it in my juice right now. Vibrant, and whew, and I actually just made so much juice I just spilled it all over my counter because I wasn't watching as the container was filling up, and now I've got a big juice mess. I got too excited making my juice and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, so I'm not going to do the full cleanup on camera here, but we're going to just put a towel down, finish juicing, and then afterwards I'll take care of that mess off camera. So we'll just keep on going with the juicing here. This is what happens when you get too excited about the produce and you're making a video and you're not watching what you're doing. So definitely, folks, when you're juicing, watch what you're doing. I've gotten so excited before that I have overflowed the juicer containers on more than one occasion. So now I'm going to do some red bell pepper, organic. Got it at Trader Joe's. This is the one thing that's not super local. I'm sure it's probably either from Southern California, it might be from Mexico. They're kind of pricey, but they're cheaper at Trader Joe's. I like to add them to some of my juices. But everything else, like I said, is local, as close as 20 feet away. And now I've got some turnip here, which is a nice, amazing red and the white inside, and it's a very mild, kind of nutty, slightly piquant flavor, but more of a nutty, juicy, watery, crunchy ness to it that lends to an amazing juice. And I've also got some beet right here as well. Definitely good to add all those root vegetables that during the winter time, you know, especially if you're busy and you're working, are going to ground you and supply you with some extra energy. So I'm doing the collards now, and I'm doing some fresh broccoli from the farmer's market with the leaves, which are also edible. Never throw out your broccoli leaves. You should always eat them, especially from organic broccoli, and I do recommend broccoli organic because it's one of those crops that I believe is heavily sprayed with pesticides, so definitely get your broccoli organic and eat the greens. Don't waste any of it. Throwing more of my celery root in here, and I think now it's time for some amazing celery stalks with the leaves. So the juicer is just going to beat that up. And I do enjoy this juicer because it is pretty quick when compared with some of the other similar style juicers that use the auger to crush the juice out of the fruits and vegetables. And I'm also in a hurry right now, so I'm taking juicing a little bit faster than I might normally do, because I have about 10 minutes to get this juice made, clean up, and leave my apartment. And it's definitely going to be cutting it close, but I can probably do it. And, you know, I want to keep sharing it with you folks here. Almost done. Just got a few more stalks of celery left over, and a little bit of kale and some of the root vegetables, and my homegrown sprouts. Hopefully the juicer doesn't stop up. Sometimes when I'm in a hurry, I'll rush it a little bit and it'll strain and stop. Luckily this juicer knows when to quit, and it'll actually stop instead of damaging something. So it's making a little noise right now, which means I overloaded it. So I'm just going to give it a minute to process some of those materials. And I'm going to reverse it a little bit now because I don't want to break anything. So we're just going to give the juicer a break for a minute while I pour off this other amazing container of all these reds and greens, earthy colors, and then we're going to finish juicing. And the noise has stopped. So that's the benefit of this particular juicer. You can back it up if you overload it, and you don't have to take the whole thing apart, which is really convenient. It's really nice. Now I'm going to juice my buckwheat and sunflower sprouts right here, homegrown. Add some extra nutrition and all that life force that comes directly from a sprout coming from 20 feet away. Actually, I chopped it 5 feet away over here. And the grass too was fresh. I actually haven't made a juicing video since day 1 of my juice feast, so it's day 44 right now, and I'm showing you how I do it. So just got a little more of the celery to go, and then I should be all finished and ready to pack up my juice and go and drink it my next destination. I'm going out to hang out with some friends at a social group this evening. So I will have my juice for the evening, and maybe just a little tiny bit of a few sliced up oranges to suck the juice out of when I get home later. And that is it for making the juice. And if you happen to peel your juice, peel some of your bad portions off your veggies that you wouldn't eat. You could actually take all this amazing green and red and orange pulp and mix it with some grounded flax seeds and maybe just a little bit of sea salt or Himalayan salt, and make yourself some delicious, nutritious, high-fiber, low-fat flax crackers. Add some cayenne pepper, some curry powder. We've got a super amazing treat there. So thank you for joining me. Part 2 today of my 100-day juice feast, day 44. Keep juicing.